Well, this was a very interesting war. I am doing Attuma, Mr. Negative, and Tigra. We had some very interesting assignments that aren't always ideal come this war, so those are always fun. Got some very interesting fights for you, and I think you're going to like this one. So starting up, we have Section 1, Path 1, and we'll start it with this thing. And I'm going to be using Tigra. I've Tigra'd things many times before, so this should be pretty easy. I'm going to play as safe as possible. I'm going to be throwing a lot more SP1s than SP2s usually, and I just need to make sure that if I hit him when he's at 15 rock stacks, that I have a neutralize on him and we'll be a-okay. It's going to be super easy, barely an inconvenience. We're going to throw an SP2 here, and then we are going to just try to counter his SP1 if he throws it, and he does. Maybe I actually use a lot more SP2s than I thought, but anyway, this is very interesting. He's going down pretty quickly because I activated a lot of boosts, so yeah. Okay, well, I only did SP2s. I don't know why I thought I did SP1s. I kind of contradicted myself there. But either way, he goes down. And next up, I have Danny Moonstar. I could have Tigra'd this, but I was assigned Mr. Negative, so I decided I'll just trust my officer and go with Mr. Negative. This is pretty easy. I just have to watch out for Masochism and make sure that I have plenty of time on the Masochism timer to where when I throw my SP2, it's not going to purify all the degens. I missed a parry there. That's one of the annoying things with Mr. Negative in war is that if he messes up, he loses a lot of health. He's got a relatively small health pool, and his block resistance is pretty bad. But I still love using the guy. I do enjoy playing him a lot, so I'll definitely take it. And just playing as safe as possible. We're going to try to get to 20 Dark Energy and then SP2 when the Masochism has just been triggered, and it will be right here, so we have just the perfect opportunity to get 20 degens and all the petrifies, which will not reverse the healing because of the Indomitable node, I think it's called, but it will prevent the healing at least. It just doesn't reverse it. And just like that, she's dead. We lost 23% of her health, but it's fine. We'll be fine. This fight was originally not assigned to me, but I ended up taking it, so yeah, that's interesting. It was supposed to go to someone playing Chavez, however, apparently the healing was too much and he died. So now I'm Tigra-ing it, which is really fine because I wanted to Tigra it to begin with. So that's unfortunate that we wasted the death here, but it's okay. I know how to Tigra this fight. The tactic is what scared me. That's the only reason that I wouldn't have just taken it immediately, because the tactic is going to give her quite a bit of power gain, and that can be a little scary. So the game plan is just try to kill her as fast as physically possible. And we're going to bait the SP1, which is a really easy miss with Tigra, and then go for my SP2. Actually bait the SP1 first, and we just do that. Our senses are getting close to falling off, but that's okay because she is almost dead. We throw an SP1 here, and she's at 6%, 5%, and then we just finish her with a 5-hit combo right here. Really easy. I wish I would have gotten assigned that fight to begin with so we wouldn't have wasted a death on it, but it's perfectly fine. Next up, Node 24 against Hulkling. This is, again, a really easy fight because I Tigra Hulklings all the time. I think this is the one where I ended up actually using a lot more SP1s than SP2s just to try to get safe openings, which it's not that big a deal. She still does plenty of damage even with just SP1s and not SP2s, so it's perfectly fine. We throw this here. Buffet is something we have to worry about sometimes because he's going to go unblockable, but usually it's not a big deal. And we just do Tigra things, phase that SP1, the last hit, make sure that I have this spacing to counter it, and if not, then I'll counter it with a special attack to play it safe. He's already below 40%, and we've only been throwing SP1s. Tigra versus Hulkling is so fast. That's why I would like to have a power threshold, because sometimes I do somehow mess up those special counters, so, you know, really easy. And he goes down. So next up is a Wong on Section 2, Path 1, and we're going to use Mr. Negative here. The only thing I need to worry about in this fight is that if he gets his blue spell, he can go unstoppable when I trigger a buff, so I can't use heavy attacks after that. But he's not going to trigger it for a decent amount of time in the fight, and I can prevent him from triggering it at all if I just don't let him throw the SB1 when he's in his blue mode, which I won't do. That's a mistake. I probably should not have tried that, but luckily it worked out for me. So thank you to the AI for not punishing me there. I always forget that Wong has the unstoppable. For some reason, I always forget Wong has abilities in general. He's just like one of the most forgotten champs in the game for me. He's in the game, definitely. I just don't always remember it. Anyway, he's almost dead, and yeah, that'll do it. Mr. Negative is great. And finally, the Attuma fight. This is going to be an Anti-Venom on the same path, and the reason Attuma is great here is because Anti-Venom cannot heal if his Clintar buff is not on the opponent, and we can purify that immediately with just a heavy attack. So now he can't gain healing, and he cannot go unblockable. So this is really easy. That's why Attuma is assigned here. You can use most generic skill purifiers, but Attuma was what I got assigned because, ironically, Attuma is the most reliable skill purifier that I have at rank 4. I think I only have like 2 skill champs at rank 4, so I guess that would make sense, and one of them was Valk, which I definitely could have done with Valk, but this is a lot better. The only thing that you do have to watch for in this fight is that Anti-Venom gains a lot more combat power rate during special attacks for each debuff on the opponent, and Attuma places a lot of debuffs on the opponent. So if we're just careful to throw special attacks when we know it's going to kill, or just when he has low power, it's perfectly fine. And then the unstoppable counterpunch, he's dead. Attuma goes to war on attack, something I never thought I'd say in my life. And now, 2 mini bosses and a final boss, and I was definitely stressing out a little bit because they're all Tigra fights, and that's a lot of Tigra-ing for one war. I did 3 Tigra fights before this, so there's gonna be 6 Tigra fights this war. Oh yeah, and we get parried. I love this game, man. The parries in war have been ridiculous for me recently, and I don't even know how they've been happening. It's been kind of crazy how often I've been getting parried. It's so stupid, but whatever, it's fine. We can just, it's only 1 potion, we just lost there. It's really annoying that we lost a potion, but it is what it is. It's just how this game works when you place a defender and they have parry. It's whatever. Stasis pod incoming, but this is okay because it's just okay. I don't have anything to say about it. And I could have killed him with an SB1 there, but we just do the little razzle-dazzle with Tigra's heavy attack. Funny thing was, I had never Tigra'd an Adam Warlock before that, so I was doing a few practice matches before taking it, like, how do I do it? And it turns out it's one of the easiest specials to use Tigra against in the entire game, so that was fun. Next up is this Absorbing Man, and this was originally assigned Mr. Negative, but then me and my officer both forgot that disorients equal negative bad, so I ended up using Tigra, and that's perfectly fine because I've done this fight many times, so again, Tigra is just the most reliable attacker in the entire game, at least for me, because there's so many matches they're just like, okay, who cares about what the nodes are, I'll just Tigra it, and it'll be a fun time. So I'm just gonna bait a heavy attack and throw my special 2 while his form is down. The only goal for this fight is to try to not parry because Distorians suck, and then try to not let him throw his SB1 because we want to let him not have physical resistance because that kind of is an inconvenience for us. But yeah, he dies really quickly. So anyway, last up, this Gore boss. I didn't even decide to heal up because I was extremely confident for this. It's Tigra versus Gore. It's the rank 2 Gore. I don't even care. The only reason I dashed back immediately is because I have no idea. I don't know where I'm going with this. But anyway, we are just going to counter his SP1s, don't let him go to SP2, and it's super easy, barely an inconvenience, just like basically every Tigra fight I've taken this war has been super easy, barely an inconvenience. That is literally just Tigra's catchphrase, it might as well be. So yeah, I'm going to be doing SP1s if I feel like I need to, but try to do SP2s. Adaptive is giving him physical resistance sometimes, which is a little bit annoying, but it's okay, because Tigra is still going to kill before that becomes a massive issue. He also has extra ability accuracy, so the neutralize is not preventing the regen, but we can use despair to prevent some of it. At least I think you can. I assume that works. Maybe it doesn't now that I'm thinking about it, but either way, he's dying very, very quickly. So yeah, it's just Tigra versus Gore, man. I just need to bait this SP1, and he's getting so close to dying. I'm gonna dash in, I assume. Nope, I'm gonna do another SP1. Okay, now he's gonna throw his SP1, do my 4 dash backs, and then counter it. And then we're gonna dash in. No, we're not. We're gonna do another SP1 apparently. Instead of doing the dash-ins like I would in Battlegrounds, apparently I'm doing a bunch of SP1s, which is probably better because it's safer, so I'm not complaining with my decision-making there. Oh yeah, he dies. So, that was like the easiest war boss of my life. Anyway, Tigra does it again, absolutely destroying the entire war map, and we do that with no damage taken, which always beautiful to see that in a war fight. Anyway, thank you for watching. Have a good one.